Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Wednesday, July 13th, 2011 is brought to you by Realtik. All right, guys, I have a lot to cover today. Markets initially having a huge surge to the upside on the back of Bernanke's comments. Bernanke testifying on Capitol Hill today, basically giving his comments at 10 o'clock. And you can see right before those comments came out, market was basically just a little bit on the positive side. And again, this is going back to yesterday when we got that kind of rumor about QE3 off the Fed minutes. And then today again, Bernanke literally comes out in his statement before he goes on testifying and says, yes, we would be possibly doing a QE3. So guys, ring the bells, print the money. Inflation galore in about 5 years. Right now, it might be, again, one of those things where, it might help jumpstart the economy, but ultimately, what type of price are you going to pay in the long run? Is it worth it to have hyperinflation in 3 years just to have a little bump in jobs now? I don't personally think so. But again, Bernanke is the kind of guy, he's always been the kind of guy to do whatever he needs to do to make sure that this economy recovers in the short term. I do not see him as a long-term view on this market. He doesn't have that. In any case, folks, markets just ripped up. I mean, you can see it right here on the charts, guys. The move up was drastic. Why? Because the dollar was collapsing. When I say collapsing, I'm not kidding this time, guys. Look at the dollar drop here on his comments. As he says, we're going to possibly do QE3. Now, he didn't say we are going to do QE3. He said possibly QE3. The dollar literally collapsed. Look at the drop on the dollar. As this happened, we all know what happens in terms of the market. The market would rip higher. The markets did rip higher. And again, ultimately, the dollar's floated up a little now, and that's why the markets are starting to sell off just a little bit off their highs. You can see it right here. This little sell is because the dollar's been inching up just a tiny bit. So in any case, bottom line is, that's the big news of the day. Bernanke basically saying possibility of QE3 does exist, which, if he's saying it does exist, chances are it will happen. My guess is by mid to late 2012, maybe even earlier, maybe by early 2012. I don't think it happens this year, though. I really don't think so. All right, in any case, guys, that's what's going on in these spiders right now. The Dow is still having a good day, up 122 points. NASDAQ up 34 points, and the S&P 500 up 13, basically 1% across the board, but it is off the highs. As you can see, you are rolling over here, possible in spirit of bear flag beginning to form here. It's all about the dollar, though, as I've been saying. Commodity prices are ripping on the big drop in the dollar. The dollar, again, collapsing down. Markets going higher. Take a look at what the GLD is doing today. GLD is at a new all-time high. It hit a high of 154.71. Right now, it's trading just a little bit above 154 at about 154.35. So, again, a new all-time high on gold today. Silver is having a monstrous day. Look at the silver move, up almost $2 on the SLV. If we go to the SLV chart, you can actually see a little bit of a river theory. You have a good consolidation the last couple days here underneath the 50 moving average. Today you gap above the 50 moving average and you gap above this trend line right here. That's what we call a river theory, and the market's again ripping higher on the silver trade. Silver target is right here. This is your silver target. At that point, you probably look for a pullback, but I do think it could get there at this short term over the next few days. It probably goes into that $38 level, which again will be that pivot high. USO also having a very good day, actually piercing a little bit of a necktie here, which should be short-term resistance. See how the 50 moving average is meeting the 200 moving average. That tells us there should be some resistance. You can see how the stock chart here on the USO, which is the oil trade, that has stalled out right at that level, which again does make sense based on the resistance there. By the way, folks, you have a big webinar this weekend, major webinar this weekend. This is Saturday. Go sign up for it on our website. For those of you who sign up for it, you will get a hidden gem extra play. This is one of the epic plays I found. It is an unbelievable play. It's only available to present, current, in terms of this webinar people. They'll get it for free. Past webinar people can get it for $44.95. No one else. It's perks just for people that are expanding their knowledge, learning cycle analysis, and becoming our top traders. So I encourage you to get it. Again, the idea is that this blast off in this small cap that I'm going to give out next week, after the webinar next week, will be, again, for the webinar people, it will be a huge mover over the next couple weeks to month or so. Huge. That's my belief, at least, in it. All right, so we'll continue to watch that and see how it goes. But again, USO here trading. Let's go back to the spiders. Spiders, again, you can see you're getting a little bit of a float up. Still could be a little bit on the bearish side. As long as you stay below the 20 moving average in the short run, I would look at this as a little bit of a bearish chart right now with possibly downside to the 50 moving average. If you recapture the 20, then you should go back to the highs of the day. So watch that. Now, having said that, we have small cap galore again, guys. Small caps, again, I'm making boatloads of money on these with my subscribers in the Research Center and Intraday Stock Chat. Right now, today, earlier, China, CHINA. This was given out yesterday. Again, I played it once already here for this pop. Came right back in. I gave it out yesterday at $2.12. It's at $2.42 right now at the 50 moving average. Next resistance right there. All right, but either way, I mean, you're talking about 10% gains on a daily basis in some of these Chinese stocks. In addition, BSPM, which was a hidden gem I gave out at $1.10, hit a high of $1.42 today. Huge move. It's trading at $1.32 right now. Just hit $1.35 a little while ago. Look at this move up. This is where I gave out the alert here, folks, right here. And look at the chart. So again, these hidden gems are rocking at this session. Again, I gave them out late last week, basically 1 week ago, and you're seeing as much as 20% gains in some of these hidden gem plays that I gave out last week, and that's inside the Research Center. Remember, there's a free trial to the Research Center. You can take that. You can get all that information and more. It's all about just involving yourself in the Research Center. You'll learn everything that we teach here, plus get plays, get trades, hot charts, and alerts every single night. You name it, it's there for the taking, all right? So good move on the Chinese small caps continuing to run here. I'm trying to think of some others that ran today. There were definitely some that ran there. Let me just take a look. CLNT was another nice popper today. It's up 16 cents to $1.18. Look at how much this is down. I mean, look at that chart right now, guys. That is a huge drop on the chart, and it's a beautiful pop here as well. So there's some fun stuff going on. There's no doubt about it. It's time to make some more money. Making money on the small caps. Again, we're short this market from late last week, making money on our shorts. I have break-even stops on some of the remaining positions that I have there, and it's there for the taking inside this Research Center. All right, let's take a look at a couple other things here. Let's go to some major movers. Chevron, CVX today is having a big move. Chevron is trading up $1.61. Not surprising, right? Oil's up big, and the commodities are up big. Therefore, you're going to see Chevron, Exxon both up big. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan having decent days today. JPM, after an ugly day yesterday, is up about, or ugly reversal, I should say, yesterday, is up about 57 cents today. The only stock on the large cap side I'm really seeing that's trading down is Research in Motion, but you know how that one is. That one after the earnings is not pretty. By the way, more earnings will be coming out in the next few days, so be ready for those. Again, very, very volatile session here coming in, and you want to be on point here, again, to make money. Google's up 6, Baidu's up 5, Apple's up 5, Amazon's up 5. A good, solid, broad-based rally today on the back of Bernanke's comments. The question is, what does the dollar do now in the next couple days? What happens in Europe? I think that's key. This Options X has been a great Options X, I have to say. If we go to the spiders here, let me go back to the spiders chart. Options X, we always talk about volatility, and it's been a very, very volatile. Monday, big down. Tuesday, it went up and then sold off to the downside. Today, it went sharply to the upside, back to this pivot high. See, that's exactly where it went, right to that level. That's how you knew that was going to be resistance. I actually called a short there based on the dollar hitting the 200 moving average. Look at the rollover in the market since then. Now what you want to see is, does the market break down on Options X whipsaw Wednesday and come back in? And again, ultimately, I think you could pop down if this pattern continues to hold to the 50, but we'll have to watch it very, very closely. I mean, it's really up in the air in terms of as if we regain the 20 here or not on this intraday chart. Fun stuff going on. There's definitely plays and money to be made. The question is, are you making it? If you're not making the money, then you're not in the right place. Join the Research Center. Take the free trial today. It's a 7-day free trial. Join the chat room. Take the 7-day free trial to that as well. And the webinar on Saturday, remember, if you're involved, you get that small cap for free emailed out to you. So sign up now on our website, inthemoneystocks.com. Take care, guys.